Alright, everybody. So, let's start with the first thing. Okay, so I'm home alone, and I have several things I want to talk about, and I got like 3 videos I want to shoot, probably. Uh, two in which I'm gonna probably edit up and put up tonight. One of which it's gonna be a little bit more on the personal side, and it's gonna be for a specific person, but that's that's probably not gonna be posted on the YouTubes. I just want to have it on record for peace of mind. So first things first. Ludens. It died. So I don't want to get too into it because death is sad, and well, it was already a high possibility. My best guess would be starvation, or had something wrong with it to begin with, because today is Thursday, which means it's been 1 week, but it actually died yesterday morning. So I just didn't want to. I've been. It's been raining a lot again, so I haven't been in the best moods. So um, it dying wasn't exactly a highlight I wanted to add to the day. But today's been ever so slightly better. So I decided it'd be a good thing to explain before I forget. My guess would be something was wrong with it or starvation. It died Wednesday morning. That was 6 days after I found it. The reason I think starvation is because it was really light when I picked it up, and it didn't seem like it was eating. In my defense, uh, Tuesday afternoon, it seemed like it was acting weird, like a little bit on the sluggish side, and I kind of thought that maybe it is starving. So my thought was, or maybe it was finally warming up to me, and when I walked past the cage, it wasn't going to freak out. That was my other thing. So I thought maybe it was finally calming down and warming up to the idea that I'm not going to bite its head off. So I let it go. I let the idea of it dying go. And I figured in the morning, in case I was right about the starvation bit, I would go to the dollar store and pick up some human baby food and put it in a Ziploc bag and cut the tip off like a piping bag for icing, and try to force feed it something that would be relatively bird related. Now, doves are a type of bird that have a thing called a crop, and a crop is I don't really know. I don't really know. It's like an organ that holds the pre-digested food, so it can be further digested and used as needed. I assume. I had cockatiels, which we had babies that I hand clipped the wings, hand clipped the nails, and hand fed. So I have a general background knowledge of this. Now, the thing is, I don't have any of the supplies I had when I had cockatiels, because that was a very long time ago, and there isn't really a store near here that sells it, except for Petco, and that's, I'd have to take a bus and all that, and I was really banking on the fact that the bird was out of the nest, so it couldn't have been more than a couple days away from eating on its own. That's what I was banking on. So, anyways, like I said, I don't want to get too into it. That was my analysis of the situation. Out on the street, it would have died. Now it did die. Sad times. I wished it wouldn't have, but it's just the way things are. I mean, it would have died from starvation, got hit by a car, or eaten by a cat out there. The only thing that bothers me is, if it would have got hit by a car, it would have been at least, over quickly instead of it starving. But with a bird, it's hard to tell a bird is starving because of all the feathers. Like, compared to, like a cat or a dog or a fish, you could tell when it's becoming emaciated. A bird, on the other hand, like, it looked exactly the same as the day I picked it up. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not an expert. And the only hope that bird had was either me or somebody qualified found it, or I knew somebody qualified. So, you know what? I gave it the best shot I could. Sad times. Moving on. If that sounds kind of cold, well, life tends to do that to you, unfortunately. Next order of business. Like I said, I want to keep this relatively short, but interesting fact. So, as many of my viewers may know if they watched enough of it, I am on probation. Complete BS crapshoot of a situation. There was no proof. There was nothing to tie me to the crime. There was no reason to really think the crime until the wheels started turning, so to speak. And I think solely the reason I'm in the situation I'm in, besides being the wrong place at the wrong time, is that I was younger. Authority figures intimidated me, and I did not try to really defend myself in any sense of the situation whatsoever. So, which was still BS anyway, because there was no proof, and I showed up to my court hearing, and the opposing party did not show up to the court hearing, and they rescheduled it, and I didn't show up because I got the time wrong, and they automatically was like, oh, he did it. So, they can suck my big toe, because it's they had no right. But 5 years of my life is gone. Nothing I can do about it. Moving on. The probation's coming to an end. And my house. Not sure what's going to happen. I think there's a possibility that I may get forced out. Is that bad? I mean, in the bare bones sense of the situation, yes. Because I don't have a reasonable way out. Like, I don't have a place to go. So, yes. The things leading up to this, and the things that are happening involving this house, are very confusing. The other participant in the house, the thing that calls itself my grandmother, repeatedly says how she doesn't want me here. Well, do you know what? Up yours, because I don't really want to be here. And this is what the video is going to be about. And well, that gets into another whole bag of worms that I'm not interested in really discussing. Like I said, going to have its own little video just for her. Anyways, so when this is up and over, I think it's somewhere in like August or September or something. Regardless, I don't have intentions of leaving of my own free will until at least spring, because I don't have a death wish. So, there's that. And I'm not sure what will happen with the channel past that point. So I'm thinking I'm basically trapped. I'm thinking that, like my father and my grandfather, they were put in a sense of being indebted to this person that claims to be a caring figure in their lives, and kind of trapped them in the situation. That's why my father, lived one house away, was always felt indebted to her, even though he completely hated her because of the way she treated him. And my pap was basically, a prisoner in his own house, even though he made the money, much like I am now. So, not that I particularly make the money that I'm aware of, but she certainly doesn't either. So where it's coming from, nobody knows, but, that's a different situation. So, I'm not sure where the future of the channel will lie. And, honestly, I mean, I would love to take the camera and the batteries and film my little journey of whatever it is I may do, because if I have my way, if it means spending any more, the reason I came back here was because my pap was dying, and my current situation wasn't fantastic. So, I had the three choices of basically staying where I was, trying to make a life, trying to grind through, trying to make my own little niche, with already a horrible start, because I already had, legal issues at that time. Come back here on probation, and help take care of my grandfather, which is now not alive, so that blew that out the window. Or, go to prison, and, that's not exactly ideal for a guy like me. Um, First off, I'm fairly non-confrontational, so if prison bullying is the way it seems it is, or the way people dictate it to be, that wouldn't end well for me because I don't like violence, and if I wouldn't fight back, then I think I would probably get hurt pretty bad. So that's not something I'm particularly interested in. And, not having the physical entertainment and freedom to enjoy the fresh air would also be a pretty big downside, considering it's the only thing I enjoy in life, or it's the only thing I have left in life. So not being able to just go take a hike when I feel like it would definitely hurt the what little self-confidence, morale, and essence of me that's left. So that was not a big option, and I was basically living on the streets where I was after the whole legal issue, which wasn't horrible. I'm pretty good at that kind of thing for the most part because, well, I'm not an idiot for one. But if it wasn't for my grandfather, I would have kept doing it because I hate this place. I hate what they do to people. This is poison. It's poison. It's not the town. It's society. It's poison. It takes somebody that is completely competent, completely able to move forward, completely able to benefit society and have their own life, and completely ruins it because they're not mainstream, because they don't cohere to the demoralizing actions that the society upholds. And so I wish, I guess the long and short of it is, I wish I would have stayed where I was and either, explored the country from there or tried to find a way to live there permanently. It's not all bad, but, I find myself often asking, I wonder where I'd be if I wouldn't have decided to come back here. And I think one of the things that bothered me the most is one of the biggest reasons I came back here was for my grandfather, and in my opinion, my grandfather was no longer my grandfather after he had the surgeries and whatnot. He was a shell of what he once was, which I may have said that before as well. Anyways, like I said, don't want this to be too lengthy. I'm gonna try to transplant what pathetic pepper plants I actually grew, and I guess we're gonna actually get actual plants at one point. I gotta take the trash out, and I might trim up the beard a bit, maybe. I don't know. I got trash duty, and I'm thinking about planting the pea plants, or planting pea seeds. It's May 18th, so it should be an okay time to start. And planting what pepper plants I did germinate. So, yeah, take this for what you will. Hopefully it's understandable. Sometimes, like I said, much like the scrapping video. Oh no, I cut that part out. But I said once that there are people that shoot videos that teach and get to the point much more coherently than I do, and I hope that when I speak about things that genuinely affect me and affect the channel, I hope I can be as clear and concise as humanly possible, that you can understand my thought process and emotions for some of the decisions that I make. To me, the situation I am should have never happened. The situation I'm in should have never have happened, and this society is poison. And whatever happens, happens. And as long as I can fight it, as long as I am capable of fighting it, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because I haven't been wrong yet. My opinion, I made some mistakes growing up. I did some things I probably shouldn't have done, but that is what growing up is. That's just how it's supposed to be. The more society tries to control, and the more they look down on people for making small mistakes, or the more they decide that this person doesn't fit their niche and cast them out, the more problems they're causing for, you know, other people. Well, I guess we'll see in the future. Anyways, I think I might be rambling, and I think I might be getting a little bit off kilter, off topic. I don't know. I don't think I'm taking a hike today. I think I'm probably going to go tomorrow. It rained most of the morning. It's sunny now. It's barely 5 o'clock. I could. I just think I'm going to take care of the trash. And I think I'm going to plant what peppers I did grow. I don't think... Like, I'm well overdue. Well overdue for going out drinking. And I can't do that tonight. So I might as well do it tomorrow, when I can actually go to the bar. So, yeah. Catch you guys then.